Hey Hofstra fans, welcome inside the WB Mason Coaches Report with Abby Morgan. I'm Anthony Barrett, joined by Abby Morgan, the head coach of the Hofstra Women's Lacrosse team. Coach, thanks for the time. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing pretty good, Coach. You had one game this past week. It was last Wednesday. You hosted Penn State, a 6-6 game at halftime. You fall 11-9. What changed in the second half that allowed Penn State to get the win?
We had a little bit of a lull the first 10 minutes of the second half, and we really weren't. We were pretty stagnant on offense, and the goals that we gave up in that time, we gave up a 3-goal run, which really was the difference in the game. But it was very much our stagnant offense where we just kind of got off of that momentum that we had coming into halftime.
Now, one thing that you've said throughout the years is you never want to see a team beat you the same way more than once in a game. 2 players for Penn State scored 8 of their goals. Why were they so effective?
Yeah, we had one who I think it was the first 3 8-meters of the game, and put in 2 on us in the end, and when we were trying to press to get the ball back. So we weren't as upset in that regard to her goals. I think that Penn State did adjustments to our defense in the second half, and we didn't adjust quick enough to the way the game was being called in the first half. So it was kind of that back and forth, and unfortunately we were on the losing end of it.
Casey Kellogg had 4 caused turnovers for you. She hasn't been 100% all season long. How valuable is she to your team when she's out there?
She's the heart of our team, and she does everything by example. She's not a loud voice. She's very much Katie Hirsch-esque in terms of leading by example, and everything she does is the right thing. Obviously not as fast as Katie. I don't know if there is anybody who is, but Casey really just does her job, and everything that she does on the defensive end, and we're really pushing her to be more a part of transition and more a part of the attacking end for us, because she can do those same things, and it's just her fitting into that role that she can have on the offense. But we're very happy with Casey's play, and hopefully in this next game she'll be completely healthy and be able to give us everything she has.
Britton Altamare with another hat trick for you. Are you surprised that she's been this consistent as a freshman?
Not at all. Britt really is a fast, a push the ball type of player, and that's what we want out of our team. And when she gets the ball, she is full speed. She's no fear going into a ground ball scrum, and really her inconsistency has been not taking enough opportunities earlier in the year, and now she's starting to shoot a little bit more. And you talk to freshmen and anybody who's not confident at that moment as an attacker or midfielder who can score, you got to take more shots, and you got to take shots to make shots. So we've been preaching that to her, and I think it showed in that Penn State game.
Now, you had a very long stretch of practice. Your last game was on Wednesday. Your next game is going to be Friday out in California. So how do you balance everything where you get in hard practices to keep players fresh and game ready, but still not pushing them so hard?
Yeah, we've gone back and forth and tried a lot of different things these last few days. We did have some parts of our X's and O's that we needed to firm up, make some changes here and there. You get to a point in the season where you've got a lot of stuff on film. You kind of get a monotony in some of the things that you're doing. So as coaches, we try and make a little switch here, a little switch there, to make things just, to get excited about an offense. Anything that you can make just slight switches to get your team all on the same page again. So we've done some of that, but we've also tried to keep our fitness level, and being nice out, it always changes a little bit more. So we've been doing a lot of kind of maintenance on our team. We're able to give some breaks to some players who were kind of having nagging injuries going on. So it's a good break for us, and coming up to this trip where it really is a business trip, we got to get 2 wins and get out of there. So we preach that to our team as well.
Now, you just brought up that this trip is a business trip. You're going to be going out to California. You're playing Denver on Friday and then Cal on Sunday. Your team, it seems like you always schedule one of these trips every year where you try to. Sometimes it's Oregon, sometimes it's Stanford. Before we actually get to the games themselves, these trips are always great opportunities for team bonding. So what activities do you have planned?
We have a lot that we have planned, and we really talk to our players about really separation. And we do have some parents who are coming out as well. And sometimes the parents are like, this is vacation for us, and we have to remind our team that this is, it's not a vacation. But we're able to do some things, experience Golden Gate, Bridge, and we're staying down in town in Fisherman's Wharf, and we're actually, I think the highlight of the trip will be going to a Golden State Warriors game, see Charles Jenkins play, and we have as many as we could find, 22 t-shirts from last year, so that'll be a lot of fun, and our players are really excited about that. It just happened to work out. We're going to go there on Saturday night and see him play, and that should be a fun part of the trip.
Now, is that something that you've had to instill in your players, that it's a business trip, or do you leave that more to the upperclassmen on the team?
We do it, and I think that our players reiterate it and give those friendly reminders, and we do the same, but sometimes you can get caught up in the excitement. You know, Sam Lennox has never flown before, and so there's their fear of flying, and you know, Joe Mayer is not fond of flying either. So there's a lot of other things that factor into it, but it is an experience, and it is very much about those two games. But when players look back after they've graduated, and a lot of them will remember some of these trips and some of the other stuff that they get to do, the other stuff that they get to experience besides the Jersey Turnpike, where we spend most of our other games in the year.
And your schedule now with the Friday and Sunday setup is very similar to what we see a lot when you get to CAA play, where you have one game at the end of the week, and then you have a day, maybe 2 days, and you have another game. Did you purposely schedule it like that so you could get into the grind?
We always try to. We always try to get one Friday, Sunday as part of our non-conference schedule to prepare for that, because it's a different mindset. You have to really be focused on one game at a time, and you have to use that Saturday day to really recoup and switch your brain onto that next game. And as coaches, it's always, it's a stressor, because you have to be ready for two, but keep your brain focused on one at a time. So it is something that we always try to do to get it in non-conference play a Friday, Sunday, so that we do get prepared.
And now let's look at these two opponents. First up, Denver on Friday. What have you seen from them so far?
Well, they're very much like the team from last year. Not a ton of changes. They have a couple freshmen who've come in and made some impacts, but I think for us, it will be that focus on us. We got some confidence out of the Penn State game, and it's hard because you never want to feel good about a loss, but you feel a little bit better than we did after Rutgers, because we definitely learned some lessons in that game. So it will be continuing to build on that confidence, and both teams really are fast teams, and we'll definitely have to slow them down, and I don't think they've seen some of the defensive things that we'll throw at them, so that's always an adjustment, and a lot of times it's in-game adjustments that we have to be aware of.
And what do you think is going to be the big key to victory and going 2-0 this weekend?
Well, I think it is going to be our focus, and it's always a test of mentally, can you get yourself ready, all of these other distractions, block them all out. I mean, we've been home for 3 games, and before that we were away for 4 games, so we're back on the road, and it's very much team, and that's what we need to focus on, and make sure those distractions are left on the East Coast.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hofstra fans, for joining us inside the WB Mason Coaches Report with Abby Morgan.